Let's be honest, you probably don't think much about what happens after you throw something away. But what happens next is anything but random. Today, we're going to break down the official rulebook that governs waste management in Kenya, digging into the legal journey of every single piece of trash. Seriously, think about it for a second. You toss something in the bin, and poof, it's gone from your life. But that's just the start of a whole other journey. So where does it actually end up? Well, it turns out that journey is mapped out in incredible detail. In Kenya, there's a legal framework from all the way back in 2006, and we're going to tear it down piece by piece to see exactly how the whole system is supposed to work. Okay, so where does all this start? Who's responsible? The regulations are crystal clear on this one. It all starts with the person creating the waste. Yep, that means it starts with you. The official term is a waste generator. And believe me, the definition is wide, super wide. It doesn't matter if you're at home, running an office, or at a factory. If your activities produce waste, you are legally a waste generator. And get this, even if you're just holding on to somebody else's trash, the responsibility is now yours. And being a generator isn't just a title. It comes with some serious legal duties. Rule number 1, no illegal dumping in public spaces. Rule 2, you have to sort your waste, at the very least separating hazardous stuff from the regular non-hazardous trash. This is absolutely crucial for preventing contamination down the line. And rule number 3, you have to make sure your waste is handed over to a transporter who is officially licensed. And that last point, that's what kicks off the official, legal journey of your trash. This isn't some informal pickup. It's a completely regulated, licensed system from the moment it leaves your hands. The regulations map out this really clear 3-step chain of command. It starts with the generator. That's us. From there, the waste must be collected by a licensed waste transporter. And finally, that transporter is legally required to take it to a licensed disposal site. You see how licensed is the key word here? Every single link in this chain has to be officially approved. It's all designed to stop illegal dumping. And we're not just talking about paperwork. This is a commercial operation with real money involved. Getting these licenses costs a pretty penny. Just look at the official fees. To run a disposal site, for instance, you're looking at an annual license fee of 75,000 Kenyan shillings. This is a serious, regulated business. So how do they make sure everyone's playing by the rules? Paperwork. There's this thing called a tracking document that has to stay with the waste at all times. Think of it like a passport for the trash. It ensures it can't just disappear or get dumped in a field before it reaches its final approved destination. But here's where it gets even more interesting. The system knows that, not all trash is created equal. A banana peel is definitely not the same as a used car battery. And for those special kinds of waste, the rules get way, way stricter. And the law covers a massive range of stuff. We're talking about your regular solid waste, sure, but also industrial waste, hazardous waste, pesticides and toxic substances, biomedical waste from hospitals, and even radioactive substances. Each one of these categories gets its own special chapter in the rulebook. So let's drill down into the category where things get really serious, hazardous materials. When it comes to this stuff, the regulations leave zero room for mistakes. The number one priority here is making the danger crystal clear. Anyone who comes across a container of hazardous waste has to know exactly what they're dealing with, no questions asked. So the warnings have to be specific, clear, and absolutely non-negotiable. And when I say specific, I mean incredibly specific. Regulation 24 lists out exactly what needs to be on the label. It's not just the generator's name. You need the word warning. You need the word poison written in red. You need the phrase danger, keep away from unauthorized persons, and, of course, the classic skull and crossbones. This isn't just red tape. It's about making sure there is absolutely no confusion when someone is handling something that could be deadly. And it's not just that one poison symbol. The regulations actually bring in a whole visual language of internationally recognized icons. This is brilliant because it means whether something is toxic, flammable, or corrosive, a handler can understand the specific danger in a split second, even if they can't read the text. You see this same obsession with detail in other areas too, like with biomedical waste. There's a super strict color coding system, and it's all about preventing a public health disaster. Infectious waste, things like used needles, they go in yellow containers. Chemical waste goes in brown. And regular, non-hazardous trash from the hospital goes in black. It's a simple visual system that helps make sure a hospital worker never, ever mistakes a dangerous material for regular garbage. So, okay, when you step back and look at all these pieces together, the generators, the licensed trucks, the tracking forms, the super specific labels, you start to see a picture emerge. You see a whole system designed with one big goal in mind. And you don't even have to guess what that goal is. The regulations spell it out for us. The whole point is what they call environmentally sound management of waste. And what does that mean? It means taking all practical steps to ensure that waste is managed in a manner which will protect human health and the environment. That's it. That's the mission. And to make sure everyone takes this mission seriously, these aren't just friendly suggestions. Breaking these rules is a criminal offense. We're talking about serious consequences here, hefty fines, and even jail time. So this framework from 2006 is pretty thorough, right? It lays out a comprehensive blueprint. But the world has changed a lot since 2006. We're now dealing with mountains of e-waste, single-use plastics, and a rapidly growing population. So it leaves us with one really big question. Is this detailed rulebook still enough to protect Kenya's future?